After dealing with all the delays with the 50th episode special and with all the days starting to run together in the 2020 hashtag time soup, I thought that a nice, simple list of animated time travel episodes would be good to help deal with everyone's mental state slowly deteriorating because of all the days running together because of the 2020 hashtag time soup. Anywho, let's get this started. Otter, roll the title sequence, please. Okay, before we get underway, some ground rules. It has to be an animated television show. No live action, no movies. It has to be a television show episode, but hour-long specials that aired on television and or were released straight to DVD and entire series can be here just so long as time travel is the focus of the plot. And needless to say, only if I've seen the episode. Anywho, on the number 12. Here at number 12, we have The Time Squad, a show about a time officer, Buck Tudrussell, and his trusty yet flamboyantly voiced robot, Larry 3000, as they borrow a orphaned kid history buff from our time named Otto Osworth. And together the three of them go throughout time and set events straight because in this universe, time can become unraveled and it's their job to keep the timeline from falling apart. Here we have a nostalgic memory for me, an hour-long special, The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. It was the original animated crossover that showed that the Jetsons and the Flintstones were taking place in different times in the same universe. There was at least one episode of the Flintstones that did the same thing, but that episode involved the Great Gazoo, so of the two, this one is clearly the one worth watching. Here at number 10, we have a made-for-TV 3-part Family Guy special, Stewie Griffin, The Untold Story. It's about how Stewie Griffin has an adventure where he meets his future self who has come back in time for a vacation, goes to the future, finds out his future life sucks, and that it's the result of him having a near-death experience earlier in the special, which caused him to take less risks in life. This is literally the last thing Family Guy did before going off the deep end and becoming the atrocity factory we know it as today. Anywho, moving on. In this episode of the Looney Tunes show, Peel of Fortune, it's revealed that Bugs made his fortune inventing the carrot peeler. And after he invented the electric carrot peeler, he decided that he was the only one who ate enough carrots to warrant one, so never made or patented it. Only for a jealous Daffy to steal and mass-produce the device just as the carrot is identified as a superfood, which makes him rich. But it backfires, and the product is unsafe, and they start exploding because Daffy left out a cooling fan to keep costs down. Bugs invents a time machine to fix everything and keep Daffy from stealing the device and set everything right again. I am a 90s kid, and as a result had quite a few 80s cartoon episodes on VHS, and the one I watched over and over again was the Dynariders Pilot, in which Questar and the Valorians are being chased through space by Krulos and the Rulons. To escape, they activate the time energy projector, only to be hit with the Rulons' tractor beam. This causes a hole in space-time and they end up on Earth during a historically inaccurate Mesozoic, where the two sides start having a ninja sex party patented dinosaur laser fight. Here in our obligatory MLP slot is the Season 2 episode, It's About Time. A Twilight from the future comes back in time to try and warn her present self about something, but couldn't get it out, only for the present Twilight to go throughout the episode trying to avoid the unknown thing, only to keep getting the same injuries future Twilight had, only to use the forbidden spell to go back in time and warn herself not to waste time worrying about it, only to realize that she herself going back caused the whole thing. I know there was another time travel episode where Starlight Glimmer used time travel to try and undo the main six becoming friends in the Season 5 two-parter The Cutie Remark, and that is a good one, but I just like this one better because it's funnier. In this episode of Phineas and Ferb, Quantum Boogaloo, they invent a time machine and end up going to the future for a bit, only for future Candace to use it to go back in time and make sure that their mother sees the roller coaster they made in episode 1. This causes the Won't Someone Think of the Children set to lock up all the kids to protect them, which causes a chain reaction which results in Professor Doofenshmirtz conquering the tri-state area, so she has to go back and fix it. Here we have a made-for-TV Dexters Laboratory special, where Dexter gets attacked by time-traveling robots who are sent back in time to stop the one who saves the future. And Dexter ends up on a time-traveling adventure where he goes to a dark future where Mandark has taken over. Then the present, the 20-something, and late 30-something Dexters go even further into the future where Elder Dexter has guided humanity into utopia after 30s Dexter defeats Mandark. Then the 4 Dexters and 4 Mandarks end up in a fight to determine which timeline becomes canon. Then present Dee Dee destroys the machine that the Mandarks wanted to use after using the time machine to go to the future. Then the Dexters whine about how they wanted to be the ones to save the future, build the robots we saw in the opening, and sends them back in time to stop the one who saves the future. And present Dexter realizes that it's a self-causing time loop that he himself started. Here we have the Gravity Falls episode, The Time Traveler's Pig, where Dipper gets his hands on a time travel watch from a man from the future who is basically the Gravity Falls equivalent to a member of Time Squad, and uses it over and over again to try and fix a screw-up where he embarrasses himself in front of his crush, Wendy, only for time to not let him. But in one of the loops, he screws his sister Mabel out of winning the pet pig she wanted. So he gives the watch back after he undoes everything and has Mabel win Waddles the pig. Here we have one of the best episodes of the original Teen Titans cartoon, How Long Is Forever, where Starfire ends up going through a time portal while fighting a villain named Warp. In it, we find out that without her, the Titans fall apart, and that Beast Boy becomes a morbidly obese shut-in. Cyborg is in severe disrepair because all of his systems and parts are severely out of date. Raven is in what is basically an asylum because of all of the isolation, and Dick Grayson has dropped the Robin persona and has become Nightwing. After reuniting with the Titans to beat the villain, they do some wibbly-wobbly timey-wimey and send Star back in time to keep the bad future from happening and reminding the Titans that friendship is magic. Number 2 is Samurai Jack. Just all of Samurai Jack. The entire series is set around the titular Jack trying to get back to the past after the evil shape-shifting wizard Aku sends him forward in time to the distant future where his evil has spread across the globe. After he and Jack have a small bout in the past after Aku enslaves his people, so he can undo the evil that is Aku. Futurama. Just anything time travel related with Futurama. I love all 5 of these episodes, and the made-for-DVD special that's broken into 4 episodes. The first one, the Planet Express crew ends up in Roswell, New Mexico, where Bender's destroyed body is the spaceship and Zoidberg the alien they found and held in Area 51, and where it's revealed that Fry is literally his own grandpa, which becomes plot relevant in continuity. In the second one, the late Philip J. Fry, Bender, and the Professor end up going forwards in time in a one-way time machine the Professor invented, trying to get to a time where a backwards-going time machine is invented. After going to the end of the universe, they find out that the new universe is the same as the last one, only to fast-forwards through that one and ending up in yet a third universe, the same as the one they left. In yet another one, they do a butterfly effect episode where Professor Farnsworth tries to change the past so that his ancestor wasn't a traitor in the Revolutionary War, only to make it so that the British won the war, and they have to go back in time and fix it. That and the Franklinator joke gets me every time. In the next one, Decision 3021, an as of yet not born man comes back in time to make it so that Richard Nixon's head doesn't win the election to stop the robot uprising by getting himself elected instead. And in the final episode of the series, Fry and Leela get stuck in a moment of frozen time, only for Professor Farnsworth to get them out by starting a time loop to the beginning of the series. And in the made-for-TV special, Bender's Big Score, there are way too many time travel shenanigans to get into here without making this episode way too long. Anywho, this is the Walrus Clown signing out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you then, everyone! Here we go with the end slate. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, watch another video, and turn on notifications right now.